Following on from a previous video about dance reacts, where I could start a trend about reaction videos being a main category genre of YouTube videos for engagement. So the concept of dance reacting would be the same as any other reaction video, but it's not necessarily verbal, but it's a lot to do with dancing and reacting with your body to what's going on in the video. Right, so that's dance react. So that's a new trend that can piggyback and be like an evolution of, a version of normal reaction videos with commentary and surprised expressions and stuff. But another route is it's using the same concept, which is dancing emotionally and reactively, right? But there could be another category of videos called I guess like reaction dance. React dance. It's a work in progress title, but it's to name this sort of close form, but close form is specifically for partner work, but it needs to evolve from whatever this is called, this reaction dance. Okay, let's call it like that. Let's call it reaction dance. So this form of reaction dance is a solo dance style that is purely using the body to react to the environment, whatever vibes they're feeling. So it could be through music, it could be through commentary on a TV program, it could be a philosophical debate, it could be a news program, it could be entertainment, it could be sports, it could be absolutely anything. It's just using video and audio, and the dancer can watch it and listen to it and react to it with their body. And it could be really fascinating in itself. So those two different directions stem from having the same movement, but it's just two directions to test it. It's A/B testing. Two strategies to A/B test this new reaction type of dancing. So one style is like a reaction video, and this other style is now a way of having videos that are just like that, without seemingly without an agenda, except it could stem from both being on YouTube and potentially OnlyFans. And the reason why I say OnlyFans is because if, for example, if I'm dancing and I'm grooving to a song that's really sexy, then I would just make it very authentic as possible, as unfiltered and unprepped as possible, right? Because it just shows complete vulnerability and complete openness. So you invite the viewer into your experience. Say you're just dancing, you're dancing in front of the mirror, and the camera is just positioned just above the mirror, right? And so you've got your favorite track on, and you're wearing whatever you feel like. Your room is in whatever state it is. It's, if you want to have it prepared and you want to make it all neat and tidy and clean and pretend like you live like that, you could choose to do that, or, which is probably more encouraged because it's inherent in this type of dance. And this type of dance is complete authenticity, right? You have to shut up that little voice in your head that is aware about how you appear, right? You got to shut that off. For some people it's easier, for most people it's incredibly difficult, because we have grown up in a society where it's just this constant brain narrative, this voice that keeps reminding you that you need to care about how you are perceived. And this is a part of a bigger thing, right? But without so many words, it's just pure expression, unfiltered, uncontrolled, unscripted, genuine, in the moment presence. And so it shows that you've kind of gotten into this zone, right? And I think people gravitate towards seeing that, but I don't think they get to see that very often. So this is a way of allowing people to just, because it's a trend, right? People will want to get into this trend, and they'll probably come back with their minds trying to figure out like what's so right with this video. Why is it so good? Why are the dancing so good? And I think it's because they'll largely miss the point that it's about tuning into a higher frequency. I keep saying a higher state of being. It's connecting to your higher self, the one that doesn't listen to that brain chatter, that constant ego, that reminder of about, oh, what if people think of this of me, and I don't want to appear foolish. And it's like none of that matters. You're just dancing in your bedroom to something that you enjoy, and you're just being completely free to express however you feel through the form of moving your body. That's all this is. Like, that is nothing to be ashamed of. But yet we still have this brain chatter that makes us feel so insecure and so self-conscious all the freaking time. And it's exhausting. So all of that is packed in to observing someone in the zone, in the flow, dancing as if you were the mirror. It's as if you are standing directly behind that mirror and you're watching some stranger, some friend, some celebrity, anyone just express themselves in the most authentic way with their body, reacting and tuning in to whatever they're listening to and watching, whatever they're going through. And I think that is such a novel thing to not only watch and engage in and get like enthralled with, but to do for yourself, for absolutely anyone. It might start off with the youth and dancers who are very confident about moving their body, and they'll jump on the trend straight away. But it can quickly influence anyone brave enough to completely make themselves publicly vulnerable and shut that little noise, that little brain chatter of insecurity, of ego. It's not useful. And it's a form of rebellion, a form of like superiority when you just take control. You go, no, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm going to choose this moment to be as authentic as I am. In this moment, I'm experiencing this and I'm just moving this body. You can't stop me. You can't hate me. You can't judge me. I'm just being me. You can't touch me. And this is how I feel. And you just record that and everyone just puts that out there. It's like maybe one of the hardest things that people might ever even conceive of doing, even consider. But it's a concept that I just love the sound of. The more and more I talk about it, the more and more I think about it, because these ideas are coming to me live. Okay, this is a live stream. That's why I'm making voice notes, because voice notes are just instant. It's still a form of a filter, but it's way more rapid than written hand. Right, what was I saying? So yes, two different movements on social media, right? Going back to YouTube and OnlyFans, right? So quickly, yeah, you can imagine why this whole thing can be done in a very sexy manner. It can be very, very, very engaging in terms of a follower base who will just really feel like they're there and present with you. And they might start spending a lot of money just to feel like that, just to feel like they are present in the room. They are sitting down on that chair or standing up against the wall, and they are the mirror, and they are there and just observing this person be completely themselves. And that can be such a strange and interesting, alluring turn on, because man, when you see someone completely themselves, it is undeniably like authentic and sexy. No matter who it is, showing our most authentic selves is just hot. So, if this was to become a trend in the sex verse, in the kind of kink verse, that would be an interesting test as well. So it could be an A/B test, but not exactly A/B. It could be, C as well. Different form of testing. Yeah, so there could be multiple routes. And so bunch that sexy version in with OnlyFans, and I could consider, making more of an effort in that regard. But then the YouTube ones would just be clean. And so the intention is to just get popularity and get monetized using this dance form and project it into the stratosphere. And I would still like to take ownership and copyright of the idea. Partly I'm logging this as, a formal form of a data collection and validation that I am the originator of this idea and it's today's date and such. But yeah, I don't want to be so much in the public eye about it. I still want the credit for originating it and being the source of influence for other ideas that span off of it, because it's just constantly non-stop at the moment when I'm higher. But yeah, so I should just go ahead and start recording myself, huh? Well, I've got to practice what I preach, and that is part of this difficulty. That's why the reward hopefully will be so sweet. It will be a transformative shift in human society to practice ultimate vulnerability and self-expression. Woo! It'll be hijacked though. It'll be hijacked and just turned, yeah, oh, bollocks. Alright, I'm going to have to think about a way to deter that kind of hijacking of, the main populace, they're going to not identify what's really at the core of this kind of reaction dance, that it's meant to be a display of people who are completely tuned in to themselves and to the moment. It's higher frequency stuff. It's red pill stuff. So for the masses, they're not going to perceive it like that. And so when they jump on the trend, the bandwagon, right, and they're going to try and ride this trend and make videos themselves and use the correct hashtags and terms, the algorithms are going to try and pick up on those terms and those tags and push their videos. And everyone's going to start calling it reaction dance, and instead of being a beautiful expression of complete and utter authenticity in the moment, being present, being attuned to yourself, to the music, to the sound, to experience. It's going to be turned into a debacle of just a bunch of sober, nutty people completely unconsciously jumping on the trend that they don't understand just because it might be gaining popularity, and then they will make it into such an ugliness, just a show of shit. So I can foresee that coming now. Do I need to be on top of that now? Like, do I need to logically and rationally strategize a way through that? Or do I just, heed the warning but carry on regardless because, hey, no one ever thought that far in the future when they created a movement? Or maybe they did, but they wouldn't have figured everything out ahead of time. So I think I should just make a start. Just start making those really brave leaps. Push myself through my comfort zone. Push myself out there. That's really the important thing. I need to just start doing that. So, alright. I'll record myself dancing. Yay!